where all information can be stored into. Now we make mention of how to create the database and some mistakes that one have to take care of. And so after that, we go ahead to add some data into the database. So we create table and actually we create some columns under it. So yesterday we were able to do the so we're able to work on the insert into, so whereby you can able to insert some data into it and you want to fetch the data. So you want to select some columns and see the specific, and also we talked about the sorting and the select query. So today we are going to interact with how to update the data and how to delete the data. So also, let me share my screen. So now we want to interact with how we are going to update the data. When I bring this information, I click this one, so it brings some error, it brings an error. It said table JW security doesn't exist. And that is not what we are working
Please,
on.
can you increase is it possible to increase the font? Is it possible? Because I'm struggling to see.
Were you able to download the workbench?
Okay, let me even download it right away as I'm talking to you, because I've not. MySQL workbench.
I don't know, maybe I can increase the font first.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Hold on, please. I was just trying to download the workbench.
Okay.
Still the same thing.
I don't know how to increase it.
No, don't worry. I'm just going to download the... I'll just download the workbench.
So yeah, now we said if you want to execute the query, you have to write the database name that you are using. So which is the information. So if you want to, so that's the first thing, then you can able to run the query. So now I really want to see all what is inside the column. So which is just select all from the employees. So we have the following name. So what we want to do now is that we want to try and update. We want to update, for instance, now there is a mistake in the name like the Bolaji Bello. So maybe the job title is not a teacher, and so we want to interact with it. So we want to update and actually want to delete as well. So one of the elements is it adds update. So once you click OK, update, what do you want to update? Okay, what the table that you want to update, that is the next thing that you are going to work on. So the table that we want to update is the employees. The employees, that's the table that we want to update. So after getting the table that you want to update, then you set the column that you want to make the changes to. So once you set the column, then you write the column name. For instance, we want to make changes to what? The job title. So the next thing that should come to our mind is that, okay, the job title to what? We want to set it to, let's say governor, for instance. So now another thing, once you said, okay, you want to update. So you click on the update, you write the update. The next thing that comes to your mind is, okay, which table am I going to update? You said, okay, the employees table. Then what did you want to set? You want to set also column. So the job title. So you write the governor. Then you are thinking that, okay, which one exactly you want to update? Which ID? for instance, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I said, okay, we want to update the Bolaji, which is ID 4. You can just say where. So where, let's say, okay, ID is equals to 4. Do you understand the scenario? Let me
Yeah,
explain
but
again.
so
Okay.
it's I'm finding okay. Not really seeing, so
You are not really saying it.
mm,
What are we going to do? Let me check.
it's okay. Just continue. It's not you. It's my eyes. Don't worry. It's okay.
Check the view. Maybe there's a
Okay.
place or settings or something.
Not even see sentence here. Let me check the administration.
Go to this place that is beside far right. Now that's circle. I'll be well down.
Which one? This one, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm. You can see fonts there. The appearance.
I see it like this.
Did not increase.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
think it increased.
It's
Same
okay. It's
here.
okay. Let's just continue. It's fine.
So, right, I said if you want to update, then you said, okay, update. Which table do you want to update? You are trying to update the employees table. Then you set what? You set the column name that you want to make changes to. So, okay, to governor, which of the column name, which of the, like, which is it the Aremu Oluwaseun? Also, you interact with the ID. Okay, where ID is equals to 4. So it's going to know that, okay, I'm going to update job title that is under ID 4. Not that, okay, you want to update everything. So let's try and execute it. So you can see it brings this like, okay, that affected rows matched one changes. So let's try and fetch everything again and see if the update was successful. So you can see that it is.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is how you are going to update maybe so that I said of you editing it, putting it there and all. So let's try, okay, you want to delete also. I said, okay, delete employees. So we are not setting, because we are not replacing anything. I said delete employees. We are not deleting employee, we are deleting a particular ID
Okay.
because employee is a table. So we are trying to delete, maybe like, okay, delete also ID and all. That's okay, delete ID. So you are trying to delete from a particular table. So we said, okay, you are going to delete the table name. So after checking the table name, then you search that, okay, which side you do want to delete. So let's say, okay, delete employees. Yes, delete employees. Okay, it should be delete from. because we are deleting from a particular place. Delete from employees is where can set where ID is equals to 6. So this is how to delete. You said, okay, you think that, okay, you want to delete. Where did you want to delete from? Say, okay, delete from the table employee. So which column do you want to interact with? Which column do you want to delete from? And I said, okay, ID 6 is the one that we want to delete. So it should work. So it has already deleted ID 6. So you can see now it remains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all about you updating a column or deleting it as well. So we'll be able to track the let's say like the CRUD operation. We'll be able to create, so we'll be able to retrieve and you'll be able to update and you'll be able to delete. So we are going to move on to the section 3, which is the filtering data. So we've discussed what where is. So it's where will help you to look for what the data you are looking for. So that is what we've even used here earlier on. So I can say, okay, delete from employees where ibi tó wà, so máa lọ filter ẹ̀ jáde. So be able to communicate with it. So let us check what is it about the where. Can the where clause allow you to specify a search condition for the rows returned by a query? Can select select either from the table name where, so it's going to search the condition. Can see the search condition is a combination of one or more expressions using the logical operators. So which is and, or, not, and not. So you can say, okay, where or so. So that is what it means. For instance, now, if this here, the last name, first name, job type for employees, where job title is going to be sales rep. So let us try and interact and do something like this. And select first name, last name. So where what? You can say, okay, select first name, last name, where the job title. Job title is equals to, let's say, student. Okay. A non-column. Okay, I did a mistake. First name. I wrote first. Okay. Okay. That's work. Let me run it again. Non-column. Page first name. Okay, I did not put from. Sorry. From employees. I did not specify the table. So you can see exactly what the where does. So it helps you to filter a particular one. So that's what it does.
I
So you
see
can
that.
say, so even though if you said, okay, let's change this job title to what? To governor.
Love no.
So it's only going to give us, okay, the first name and the last name. So it's going to fetch the first name and the last name that belongs to the job title, which is the governor. So that's what it does. And like that. This one is when you want to combine two things together. You can say, okay, this, the job that says rep, and maybe there is a particular office code or something, then it combines it together for you. So all this, when you practice, you just interact with them. Let us move on to this one. What this does, this does is just like you can see. We also have a like operator example. Like operator evaluate to true if a value matches a specified pattern. Because to form a pattern, you use the percentage and wildcards. The percentage wildcard matches any string of 0 or more characters, while the wildcard matches any single characters. So for instance, here now, if you put the percentage at the front, so it's going to get you all the names that bears that they end with the son. This SON. That's why you are seeing here. So let us do something like that. There also. So maybe I think I had more to the table. We can just say, okay, let's say the one that ends with EUN. So first name, last name, place where let's say, okay, we want to deal with the last name here that ends with EUN. Where last name, like, to change this to the what? So the percentage said EUN. So we should be expecting number first name and number last name. So the first name, last name from employees. Where last name, like, I don't think there is equals to the, I mean that there is no equals to the. So like this percentage, so we should be. So because of the operator, the assignment operator. So I don't know if you understand what this like does. So assuming you have so many records, I said, okay, you want to look for those ones that end with a particular alphabet. So once you put it in that manner, then it's going to fetch it out for you. So you might not even remember that you want to work with it. So it is always good that, okay, after learning, we even always come back. Even someone's told the Jeburu self might still come back because there might be a mistake or you may have forgot to, but you know that, okay, that particular thing exists. So now let me just say ELE for instance. So you can see. So it's going to bring it. That is what the like operator does. Yeah. So like so and so. So like you can see using my SQL clause with the IN operator. So that operator returns true if a value matches any of the value. So yeah, for instance, for example, uses the where clause with the in operator to find employees who locate in the office. So from here now, so it's going to check if, for instance, you have the first name, the last name, the office code from the employees, where the office code in this is their ID, like one, the office code is 123. In the office code, you can see the output. So everything that is inside the 123. So it's going to, if there is no any code, assuming you added 4 to it, so it's not going to, is there going to bring an error. So that is what the in so there are so many things that okay we might even have forgot to touch it about once you go through it so you understand it. So you can see this one and your report is null. So what the null does, so you use the null operator, not the equal operator. So if null operator returns true if the value is null. So once the value is empty, then it's going to return true that okay, the value is truly empty. So this using MySQL where clause with comparison operators. You have the equals to, you can use it with almost any data type. So not equals to this. So all these ones you can say, okay, maybe you are trying to compare two data together. So that is when you make use of this. That's what we call them comparison operator. So mostly we normally use this when we are treating, writing a query when it comes to maybe like interacting with data. So that is mostly times we use this comparison operator. So don't all these things just have it in mind that it exists. When you want to create a project or writing a query like JPA query, you will understand better. So you can just go through it yourself again. You can see this following query uses the not equals to operator to find all employees who are not the sales rep. So that's what they call it, not equals to. So the employees that are not under sales rep, so it's not going to bring it. So for instance, let us try and use it with our own here. Hmm. You can just say where job title. You can make use of the job title to be governor. So we are expecting it to bring all other values except the job title, which is governor. That is what we should be expecting. So say first name, last name. Then put the job title to it so that we can able to see that okay, it's not there. So you can see. So maybe you wanted to write a query like said, okay, we only want to see all these ones except so and so. So okay, we don't want to see anywhere the job title is maybe like a junior developer or something like that, that you don't want to see it there. So that is when you see it. So with that one, you'll be able to know that okay, this is not equal operator. So let me try and change it to instructor, for instance. So you can see that we only said instructor. As when we said Java instructor, now we only see Java instructor. So that's what it does. And you can say, just for you just to read through it, then practice it, because sometimes we'll forget. So it is normal.
Okay.
Because everyone writing code, we always forget some things. Then what you want to do, it depends on the problem you want to solve. So, so once you know, okay, this is the problem I want to solve, this is how I want to go about it. So, but if you said I want to start cramming all these things, it's a lie. Because one will forget. Because when you want to solve a particular problem, so once you itemize how you are going to solve it, okay, this is what I need, this is what I need. If it is something that you remember, you can write it. If it is not something that you did not remember, you can just check online. What matters most is the usefulness. So nobody will ask you that you did copy the query from something. What matters, okay, the functionality. Is it working well and all? So nobody will question anyone. So
Okay.
because you've said now I want to be writing it offhand, so might end up doing a mistake and all. But once you know, okay, this thing exists, this is what I want to use, then you'll be able to interact with it. So that's just one about the filtering. So let me just back it and so this selects the sticks. So what's known as distinct, you always take care of duplicate. You can see when querying data from a table, you may get duplicate rows. To remove these duplicate rows, you use the distinct clause in the select statement. So all these things are okay, this thing exists. So if you want to solve a particular problem, you think that okay, this is the way you want to solve it. What clause am I going to use? What element am I going to use? And so from there, you understand. From here now, you said select, this one says select distinct. So if anyone that is duplicate is not going to show it twice, so it's going to bring it just once. So that is what it does. So let me try and add, maybe like remove one, let me add it twice. Let me just set software. So once I said, okay, software, you should be seeing to a remote version now. So this is when distinct comes in. So distinct is going to come in such that, okay, which one did you want to take care of? Let's say, okay, the first name, the last name, or something like from here. Now we can say select distinct the last name. So you can see, so it said it show clearly in the output some employees have the same last name. So the second one, select a unique last names by adding the distinct clause like this. So it says select distinct the last name from employee, then you order it by the last name. So assuming, okay, let me just make use of the first name here. So the one that you put distinct to, that is one is going to work with. Okay, let me try and update this and put it to the software engineer and let us see. But let us do this one first. Say, okay, select distinct. You can see it already bring the keyword for you. Okay, distinct first name from employees. Then you order it by what? By first name. So you can see it now that the RM doesn't come out twice. Last name as well. So you can see so it's only bring out just one surname. So maybe you have very unique values and said 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and say, okay, you just want to see the distinct value. You don't want it, you don't want duplicate. You don't want it to come up twice. You can see that this one last name has bundle, and said, okay, you want it to be distinct. So it's going to just make use of it one. So that is what the distinct does. And so when you specify a column that has no values in the distinct clause, the distinct clause will keep only one null values because it considers all null values are the same. So let's see the example that is being used here now. Column in the customer table has null values. Okay, all these ones This one is empty. So now it's trying to interact with the state. So you can see now, instead select the state, the city from customers, where state is
Can
not
we
no.
try it ourselves?
What did you say?
Can we try it ourselves? This
I will
no,
do that.
using this one. Okay.
Let's try and create another. Here now, for instance, the last name. No.
No.
So you now want to select the distinct one. So where it is not no. So select distinct first name, last one, create order by ID. Set order by first name. So this one says select two things from the customer where the state is not no. So here now we said where the last name was automatically, yeah, this last name is no. So it adds the keyword, not no. So it counts this one as a string because string is said to be no. So let me just say okay. That is why we are seeing this. So now work. So let me just edit it manually first so that let me say okay 9 cited RN. Okay. Developer. So then okay. So now if we should try it now. So it says select distinct first name, last name from employees, where last name is not no. So if we say where last name is no, for instance, order by the first name. So we should see only this number 9
Okay.
because the last name is no.
No.
You can see.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you said it's not no, you are going to see all of down. So all these things just when you interact with, you create your own tables, you interact with it, and so you understand very well. So once you're able to know all these ones, it will be easier because even you might have used it now and later on you just want to say, okay, you want to do this one, say, okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, you might just explain in your own language first. Okay, this one, if I go one empty, this one I want it to be empty. So already know that okay, you have something that you can use in place. So it's not something that one will just learn. Even I am the one teaching you now. If I want to use it, I say I'll stay. If I want to use something, I say, okay, let me just go back. Okay, I already know where I'm going. It's just for me to make use of it. So there's no need for you to be cramming and all. And what this AND does is introduce the AND operator to combine Boolean expressions to form a complex condition for approaching data. Let's check it as well. Please review to fill this featuring section 3 and tomorrow just deals with joining of table and all. So I send my The AND operator is a logical operator that combines two or more Boolean expressions. So it combines two or more Boolean expression and returns 1, 0 or no. So for instance, here, this one, what it does is like, okay, select one and no, all those ones. It deals with true or false. That's what it does. So and this AND operator, it said you can see here now. You can see select customer name, the country, the state from customer. You already know that you are using where to filter. So for instance now, let us try and add another data. So I can just say you should select the first name, the last name, the job title from employee, where job title is equals to governor and student. So instead of you using not this, so where job title equals instructor and let me say instructor and what? Governor. You already know that okay, if you want to filter something, make use of the where. So this is it. It said select the first name, the last name, the job title from employees, where job title is equals to instructor and governor. Okay. So there is no any instructor and governor there. Shoot man. Don't know why it's supposed to okay. Because it might be that maybe the spellings and all are not correct. So okay, the job title is equals to instructor and okay. Job, I'm trying to do it this way. Job title is equals to governor. Yes, I supposed to add the column name to it.
Yeah.
Parenting. And just maybe we can have two columns together and say okay, the last name. Check the last name for the when is governor and the building. Just to bring it now. You know why not bringing it?
I don't know if it has something to do with the ant. I know that it does not really make any difference, but
What did he say?
see, I don't know if it has something to do with the ant. I don't know. It doesn't. I know it doesn't make. It probably doesn't make any difference because the rest are just small letter. This one is capital letter. I don't know if it's an issue.
I don't think so as well.
It's probably not a big deal, but
Check it. I don't think so.
I don't think about it. editing.
I'm saving California. Function. Let us know function state.
Have to be the two has to be true.
Yeah.
There's no
So,
instructor below. There's no instructor below. There's only
okay,
government
there is
below.
no instructor for the Belo.
Mm.
So, okay. Yeah. So, okay. So you can see it now.
Yeah.
So because even when I want to work on this one, it's been long I worked with it and all. So now that we check that okay, the true has to the both has to be true. If not, it's not going to come out well. So that's just
It always happens. You have to be able to browse Google what you want, like get your answers and all. Can't have everything in your head. That's what it's truth.
so like that, like that, like that. So all these ones too. So that's just it. You have the all, so it's same thing, more or less like the same. So you're interacting with all. So this one has this one and this one. So let us verify maybe this or maybe both have to be true or not. Said A or B. So you can see if both A and B are not null, the OR operator returns true. So it returns true if either A or B is non-zero, for example. So let's check the example here. So for instance, they said select customer name the country. The country is where the country is USA or France. So this one has nothing to do with both sides have to be true. So it's going to either select either of the two. So if it is not USA, it's going to be France. And if it is USA and it is and both is USA and France, then we are going to see it.
More is Mr. More is raising it down.
Yeah, what did you say?
Ola and Oluwafemi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. And I want to quickly pass a message. We just have one student, Shem. Shem, can you unmute? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so how is the learning so far?
Fine. It's going good.
Okay. So we are passing a general message across concerning payment of fees and all that, and also the class attendance. I discovered that yesterday you joined quite late, and please, we want to appeal to you in for Java class. We are the only student now. Olasukami, you said a student joined last week.
Yes.
Okay, so
I
no
don't know.
problem.
He said he has not done anything like Java before, so he was going to take us back. So I don't know his conclusion, sha. We told him there were videos for him to watch and catch up, and I don't know if he later got back or I don't know, sha.
Okay. Okay. Please direct him to me via WhatsApp chat. Connect us, please, so I can
Okay.
guide him. Okay. So
Oh,
so as Shem, after the class, you can chat me privately. There's something I want to clarify because I believe we carry you forward to this section from the other instructor. Winifred in section and all that. And the fee is what you need to settle on time, so we close out the section on your end. That's the information I have to pass.
But I've sent the money to Mr. Eddie. Maybe he has not been able to change it and send it to you. I don't know. But I'll send him a message.
Okay. You have cleared yourself, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. Thank you. I will forget about. I'll sort it out with Edward.
Okay.
Okay.
Because he was saying
Thank
he
you.
had to change it or something. So.
Don't worry. He knows what he would do. What to
Okay.
do. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
So I think you were saying something the other time. Oluwafemi.
Was I? I can't remember.
So what this also is going to go through it and said, okay, going to search through it, okay, that if it found anything that is France or USA, then it's going to come up with it. So that is what it does. So, and like that, I don't know if you have any questions so far. So maybe maybe it is not getting too much. Maybe it is something that I can still comprehend, or you have to go through it so that we won't be rushing.
No,
Because
no,
once you understand the database very well. What did you say?
I can comprehend it. There's nothing on that is.
Yeah.
I comprehend it.
That's just about the so we also
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry for that. Please, can you connect with me, Simon? Let's just get this whole team's issue settled because we can share so that we can share your screen and then we can fix up a whole lot of things because of the Git, the MySQL, and all that before we start our project, so that you know we can always assist, and it's easier to see what's going on with you than just to we don't know what's happening and all. So please, can you just connect with him and let's see how we can do that. Thank you.
No problem there. So now we have in. So the in show you how to use the in operator. So it was just like what we've seen before. So just to understand what all these things does. That's all. It's not something like not a big deal, as you said. It's very simple to comprehend. So for me, and now you said the following example uses the in operator to find the office located in the USA. So it's more or less like you using where as well. Okay, using where, so and so. So for instance, the one with the other side, like the way you use all the other time, so they are similar to each other. So it's going to fetch where there is USA and France. So all what you can just do, like I'll send you this link, you create this particular table, then you interact with them. So if there's anyone that you don't understand, then we're able to troubleshoot it. So you've already seen, okay, this is the input you need and this is the output you need. So that's one thing about this D2D2 query. And when you begin the project, then you'll be able to write, okay, maybe a complex query, all those ones. So all these terminologies, myself, even you might not even thought of, okay, maybe there is in operator or something somewhere. So unless you started checking and say, oh, so I can make use of this, you can make use of this in, and same time I can make use of this or. But they perform the same function. What does the or does just like, okay, if it is in RA, it's going to be. But in, it is what you put there. If it is only the USC that you put there, it is only USC that it is going to help you to search for. So that's just the major difference between the two of them. So not in, it's negate the in operator, using the not operator to check if a value doesn't match any value in a set. So let's check the example as well. So it's more or less of what we've done before. can see. So all this one now is going to print anyone that does not belong to the USA or France, like the example we did earlier on before. So that's why I said, okay, the country not in USA and France. So if they're in USA and France, that is what we are going to see. So you can see using the not in to check if a value doesn't match any value in a list. So you can use this sign as well, the one we did earlier on here before. So we had job title, so not in, so it's more or less like the same thing. So between show you how to query data based on a range using between operator. So most of the time we make use of this between when we are trying to make use of interact with date. So I said, okay, from so date to so date on between January 1 to 3rd and all. All right, so you can see now, okay, select 15 between 20 and 30. Let's look for a table. You can say, okay, select a table name from product where the buy price between 90 and 100. So it's going to fetch. So you can just create a table that has a particular integer like this, like a value, so that you can check. So most of the time you can say between operator to find product whose buy price is between 90 and 100. So since you know that you know how to interact with the where statement, so the between say, okay, compare is included between. I want to see between so place and so place. And most of the time it deals with number. You can see where buy price is greater than or equals to 90 and buy price less than or equals to 90. So this one is more like between as well. So between this one and this one, give me the answer. LA not between 20 and 100. So you see anything that is not between the 20 and 100. So that is why you see this response. You can try to just create a sample database like this, then you interact with it. So all these things is just the foundation that once you understand that this thing exists. So my time want to create a project and trying to interact that, okay, I want it to show, okay, those that have paid 1,000 to 5,000, they're like, okay, if I'm making use of between. If I don't want to, okay, I don't want any of my admin or my client to see those who is paying high. So you can just set not between the higher price, and you won't see the higher price. You only see the lower price. So once you interact with it, then you're able to work it out. So with the way my other colleague have said, so maybe so I'm going to talk with him so that you'll be able to share your screen. So you'll be able to create the data, you're able to interact with it. So we are going to be the student by that time, and you'll be the one teaching us. Yes, now. So that it's going to be I don't know how they call it in biology. It's a mutualism and mutualism relationship. So whereby both parties benefit from. So that's just the between operator. You can see between cast as date and all those ones. So I don't know, maybe Mr. Femi has some input.
Oh, I don't know. You have said it all. And majorly it's just to get that what's it called? The connection and the whole teams, so we can, you know, see what is going on in our own screen and all that. It will be easier for us to help out if we know what is going on. So that's just it from my own side. So I don't have anything else to say. And tomorrow's class, are you still continuing with DB?
What did you say?
Are you still continuing tomorrow with DB? You finish tomorrow now?
Yeah, you said, am I going to continue with it, right?
Yeah.
I am thinking since I won't be available by next weekend, so maybe you just treat the ABPC, and so when I come back, then we will continue with it.
All right, no problem. So tomorrow is JDBC, right?
What did you say?
Tomorrow is JDBC, right?
Yes, you can do
All right,
JDBC. So by next weekend or something, then when
all
you
right,
can
no
just
problem.
take it up from where I so that I'll be able to continue with it.
No
So
problem.
yes, we've talked about this yesterday, the limit and is null. So when something is test whether the value is null or not by using. So from what we've done so far, so we want you to come up with something. We just want to see something. Do you creating the table and what did you say?
I said, okay, sir.
So maybe you can just do that. You can just do that maybe to the next class. So we can just, even if we're not able to share a screen. So maybe you can just quickly make use of Google Meet that you show us there. So then we'll come back to the class. I don't know. So just find a way around it.
Okay.
So from this, just come up with something. Let's see the query you've gone through so far, and so that we won't have issues when joining tables together.
Okay.
So and if there's some other queries, we are still going to need some queries and some elements so that you are going to interact with. So from there, you know, okay, when it comes to database, you are good. So even when you leave it, when you come back there, you still be able to interact with it. Anyone that he doesn't remember, you can actually check online then. So what matters most is you knowing it. Okay, this thing exists. And how to use it and when to use it. So that's just it. So maybe tomorrow we will continue and you will give us your own overview from what you've learned so far about this database. So then we will go to the JDBC. So in the next class, we're just going to do the joining tables, the grouping data, and some queries. So once you understand this very well, so to interact with database, we'll just move on to the stop procedure and the trigger.
Okay.
I think that's all from my end.
Yep, good too. So tomorrow's class is by 12. And yeah. So yeah, that's it for me too. So I guess that's all for today. And are you going to chat with Mr. Imo?
Me?
Yes.
About.
Teams.
Okay, yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
please
but
do
I thought
so.
you were talking to Mr. Femi to do that.
No, it's for me. I'm Femi. I'm Femi.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I
Yeah,
would.
sure. Because when I spoke to him, it wasn't. I think it will make sense if it comes from you because it wasn't as responsive as I expected him to. So I
Yeah,
guess I
because
don't.
it tells me the host disabled. So it's from his end. I don't know why it disabled sharing. But I'll ask him. I'll talk to him and know why. He might have a reason. I don't know.
No problem.